Have you ever noticed that despite trying to take care of your health, your legs continue to swell and that discomfort never seems to go away? Well, a lot of people think that this is due to serious problems, such as kidneys, heart, or liver. But what if I told you that the real culprit could be hiding in the sugar you consume every day? Yes, that harmless sweet could be largely responsible for that heaviness in your legs and the edema that doesn't let up. Does it seem controversial? It's because it is. And the most curious thing is that this relationship between sugar and bloating is a secret that few experts talk about. Paying attention to glucose levels can be the key to avoiding fluid retention, but most people only discover this after suffering for a long time. The problem? It's just that, while you don't realize it, glycation is compromising your circulation, like a silent saboteur. But what if I told you that there was a simple way to control this and finally see your legs depuffing? And the best, without the need for fancy medicines or extreme diets. If you're tired of trying everything and still seeing that swelling bother you, know that the solution may be easier than it seems. All it takes is a few adjustments to your diet and a careful look at the right nutrients. Want to discover how controlling sugar and a diet rich in potassium can change your life? Stay with me, because what comes next could be the start of the transformation you've been waiting for. Leg swelling may seem like a warning sign, but it's not always what it seems. Many people immediately think that it is a problem with the kidneys, heart, or liver, but there are other reasons that deserve attention. A detail that goes unnoticed is how blood sugar levels can influence this process. After all, high levels of glucose can create a real pull on liquids, causing that retention that is so uncomfortable. It's something that we don't always see in medical conversations, but it makes all the difference in the lives of those who suffer from this condition. Imagine a person who even controls their diet, avoids excess salt, but still finds their legs swelling at the end of the day. Here's the big question. It could be sugar that's pulling the strings behind the scenes. When glucose levels are out of control, the body reacts in unexpected ways, such as accumulating fluids where they shouldn't. This means that, in addition to sodium, you need to pay attention to what you eat, the type of carbohydrates you eat, and how your body deals with these foods. Swapping sweets for more balanced options, such as fruits with a low glycemic index, can be an interesting path. And if you think monitoring your blood sugar is complicated, know that small habits can reveal a lot. Keeping a food diary, for example, can help identify how certain foods affect the body. Did your ankles feel heavy after a dinner full of pasta and desserts? There may be the answer. Thus, it is clear that controlling swelling involves daily choices and small changes in habits. But of course, this is just the beginning. There are still other hidden factors, such as the complex action of the sodium and potassium pump, which also plays a fundamental role in this story. Inside every cell in the body, there is a true balancing factory called the sodium and potassium pump. This structure is like a machine that never rests, regulating the entry and exit of sodium and potassium, essential for keeping liquids in the right place. When this pump starts to fail, the body loses control and begins to retain fluids, leading to swelling. It's like a dam that lets water escape. Control is lost and liquid accumulates in the wrong areas. This process is silent, but the impact on the body is very noticeable. It's interesting to think that this cellular pump consumes around 30 to 40% of a cell's energy to function properly. This shows how nature invests resources to maintain balance, but also how the body can fail if it is not well nourished. Imagine, for example, someone who eats fast food and sweets every day. This person is giving less quality fuel to this machine. The result: cells do not have enough energy, and swelling appears as a reflection of this lack of care with nutrition. To ensure that this machine works well, it is essential to take care of your diet. Foods rich in potassium, such as sweet potatoes, green leaves, and even coconut water, are allies in this process. Including these elements in your daily life is like giving the cellular pump a little push to work better, preventing the body from retaining fluids. If someone feels like they're swelling for no apparent reason, this may be a good starting point to investigate and adjust. But of course, there is still more to be understood, such as the effects of blood sugar, which also influence vascular health and fluid retention. So when dealing with swelling, it's not enough to just think about what's visible, like the size of your legs. It is necessary to understand what is happening inside the veins, And this is where the importance of adjusting your diet comes in, reducing carbohydrates, and focusing on foods that stabilize blood sugar levels. Swapping a soda for unsweetened tea or replacing white bread with whole grain options may seem small, but they make all the difference in your A1C numbers. And this opens the door to understanding how certain nutritional deficiencies may be the missing piece of the puzzle. When talking about nutrients, most people only think about calories and protein, but there is much more at stake. Potassium, magnesium, and vitamin B1, for example, are essential for controlling fluid retention and avoiding uncomfortable bloating. Imagine your body is like a plant. Without the right minerals, water won't reach where it should. And oddly enough, even with a diet that seems healthy, most people do not reach ideal potassium levels. This imbalance can make fluid retention a constant problem. The daily recommendation for potassium is around 4,700 milligrams, which requires more than just a handful of bananas. The good news is that there are alternatives that are more concentrated in potassium, such as avocado, spinach, and coconut water, which can be great allies. Including these options in your daily life helps rebalance fluids in the body, supporting the famous sodium and potassium pump that we mentioned before. Magnesium, found in almonds and pumpkin seeds, is like a natural relaxant that facilitates circulation, while vitamin B1 helps metabolize carbohydrates. Mas de que adianta conhecer todos esses nutrientes, se o açúcar ainda estiver desregulado? E como tentar encher balde furado? Os esforços acabam se perdendo. Por isso, ajustar a dieta e equilibrar a ingesta desses minerais é fundamental para dar ao corpo as ferramentas que ele precisa. E o melhor de tudo é que essas mudanças são práticas. Trocar lanche processado por punhado de castanhas pode ser pequeno gesto que gera grandes impactos. Mas, claro, ainda há ponto crucial a ser discutido. Como o controle do açúcar na alimentação pode ser achieved para reduzir de vez esse inchaço. Reducing your sugar consumption may seem like a big challenge, but it is one of the best strategies for relieving fluid retention and controlling bloating. Sugar not only causes glucose spikes, but also causes glycation, damaging circulation and blood vessel health. Think of sugar as a villain disguised as a friend. It offers a quick feeling of pleasure, but leaves a trail of complications in the body. By replacing sugar with foods like avocados, nuts, and green leafy vegetables, the body gains almost immediate relief. For those who think that cutting out sugar is like giving up all the flavor, it's worth remembering that there are many delicious and healthy alternatives. Fruits like strawberries and blueberries are naturally sweet options that don't cause the same glucose spikes. Furthermore, opting for low-carb dessert recipes with natural sweeteners can be a way to satisfy your craving for sweets without harming your body. Making this change is not just a matter of avoiding empty calories, but of giving your body what it really needs to function well, reducing episodes of bloating. But what few know is that this change in diet does not have to be radical. Small adjustments make a big difference. For example, starting the day with a spinach and avocado smoothie instead of a sweet bread can improve your mood and even the appearance of your skin. And over time, these new habits become natural. This path is an invitation to take better care of your own health and realize that, in fact, controlling sugar can be simpler than it seems. And that's when the numbers start to make sense, like the daily potassium recommendation and the importance of monitoring glucose levels using A1C. Now that you know how sugar, nutrients, and circulation are connected, the question is, what are you going to do with this knowledge? Are you going to continue ignoring that persistent swelling, or are you going to take the first step towards real change in your life? Imagine waking up in the morning and your legs feeling light, without that discomfort that never seemed to go away. The decision is in your hands, and changes can start today. How about starting by adjusting your diet, swapping ultra-processed foods for more natural options? Have you ever thought about trying an avocado instead of a sweet cookie? Or including more green leaves on your plate? These small actions can be the beginning of a bigger transformation, not only in your body, but in your quality of life. Remember, you deserve to live without the limitations of this nuisance. If you want to continue learning more about health, well-being, and how small adjustments can make a big difference, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. This way, you don't miss any tips, and always stay on top of the best strategies to improve your life. Let's go on this journey together towards a lighter and healthier life.